Hey, good day. Welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Well, shall we get into the information part? Current blood sugar is at 6.2, fully calibrated. I don't have any extra insulin, so the basal rate is working. It's keeping me lower. I had a pretty good night, pretty stable night for most of it. I think the highest was just around 5:30, where I was at 7.2, but then have dropped the whole point. So it's all in all pretty good. I've had one correction pretty much all night. And that correction was 0.65 of the unit. And that was all the correction. It wasn't 100%. I had a little bit of a high last night. I was 94%. Still a very good number. 6% above. We need to work on getting that down. Because remember, we want it less than 4%. 64, and this has gone up. This goes up, this has gone up. So my average sugar last night, or early yesterday, I think it was 6.6 or 6.8. So now this is up a bit. We're going to have to watch that and try to control it. The big thing here is, for me, they keep saying, well, it's better to be high than to be low. Yeah, well, for my feelings, I don't feel that great when I'm high. And even 10 is starting to really get to me. Okay. Oh, that's all. Today, I want to discuss, what do I want to discuss? Environment and T1D. Stay tuned. We'll be right back and we'll get going. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Okay, it's been thought for many years that environment could play a role in the development of type 1 diabetes. They're now starting to take a second look at this, and this is because we see type 2 diabetes going through the roof. Type 1 diabetes, we're looking the same way. But we know that type 1 hasn't been proven about lifestyle. That means you're not getting type 1 diabetes from eating too much sugar. We had to take, grade 9, this was the 70s, where we had to take home ec. And with your industrial arts, so each term you got a different, we had to go through cooking, and there was a kid in that class that kept hounding me saying, you got diabetes because you ate too much sugar. No, I didn't. That's for type 2. I'm a type 1. Cut it. And eventually, he lost. It was no longer any fun, so. But what we're going to talk about today is other things that could cause type 1 diabetes. In my case, they contributed to a virus. I got impetigo in my first year in high school. Well, I got it the summer in between elementary school and my secondary school. And it was an ugly sore. I went to school and I walked into a class and was told to go see the nurse. The teacher said it looked like impetigo, so I had to go see the nurse. I was sent home. It was like a Friday. And by the Monday, we were putting cream on it, and it looked sufficiently healed. I remember being off the weekend from school. That's all I remember. And I have a picture somewhere where I'm doing this with my impetigo. I don't know why I'm doing this. I didn't wash my hands after. But they contribute that to causing type 1 diabetes. That's a form of environmental. They've taken bacteria and saying, well, bacteria can also cause type 1 diabetes. No one's proved it. I think it how your body responds. I don't think it's any one thing. They've taken a look at that. Years ago, when I just sort of 2 years after I was diagnosed, they came to the assumption that bacteria was the main cause, and they would start giving people antibiotics after they just freshly be diagnosed. As far as I know, that never really went anywhere. I think once you kind of have the symptoms of diabetes, you're kind of gone. So I don't think giving antibiotics worked. I still think bacteria could have caused it. When I was doing research on this subject, they said cow's milk. I was brought up in cow's milk. I remember we had cow's milk every meal, but how many people, we all grew up with cow's milk. There were a few people who were lactose intolerant, and now there's special milks for lactose intolerant. It's just become more prevalent. But does it cause type 1 diabetes? I think we've used it so long for so many that it's out of context now. I don't think that's really a reason why. There are still studies going on. Now, I think an awful lot of people get on the bandwagon and say, that is why you have diabetes. That's why we all have diabetes. I've heard it, and I just heard this off the cuff on a website, that chlorinated or fluoride water is causing type 1 diabetes. I haven't found anywhere else. I doubt that one is truthful. I think we all have certain environmental factors that can cause type 1 diabetes. However, I don't necessarily think it's the factors. I think it's how your body triggers, and there's got to be something that triggers your body to kill off or invade our cells, beta cells that produce insulin. Now, type 1 diabetes is on the rise. But is a lot of that with the growth of population? Population is growing. I know just from the amount of people in my local area has grown, where this for years was an underdeveloped farmland. Now it's built up. You can find a 7-Eleven on the corner. You can find a whole bunch of things. Years ago, we went spend a week on a dairy farm, my cousin and myself. And I enjoyed parts of it. I just didn't want to be there the whole time. But that didn't cause, we drank an awful lot of milk that time. I did not feel that caused diabetes. It could be, but I did drink milk, but I don't think I drank milk more than any of my other friends. So, what are you going to do about it? Vitamin D. I'm low on vitamin D. I wonder if that could have been more of a contributing factor for myself. I was on supplements for vitamin D. They've since taken that away. I guess they thought it wasn't important enough. I will have to ask my doctor when I see him again and say, hey, does it do much? There could be other things out there. And this one really doesn't cause, excuse me, type 1 diabetes. But there was a lady that this was way back. My first endocrinologist said that every 2 weeks, her blood sugars would go right out left field, and they couldn't figure out why. It was the hair dye. She would get her hair dyed every 2 weeks. I'll just say 2 weeks. I don't know. I never dyed my hair, so. But that contribute to her blood sugars going out of whack. Could something like that be contributing? There's so much more testing that needs to be done. So just saying, oh, a virus did it, I don't necessarily think that could be the only reason. I think there's a combination. Otherwise, every kid who ever had a virus growing up would have type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes would quadruple. Just think how many viruses you had growing up. Cold, flus were all could cause. I don't think it's out there. I think if you get a couple of factors working together, could cause your body to switch on. That's my own opinion. No one has said anything about that. I don't want to be accused of giving false information. That is only my thinking. And with that, take care. Do the best you can in controlling your diabetes. And have a great day. And we'll talk later. Bye now. My next vlog topic will be Hey there, tomorrow's topic, we're going to take a look at different types of diabetics. I'm not talking type 1, type 2, gestational. I'm talking about What type of diabetic are you in taking care of yourself, taking care of your children? It could play interesting. So we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and we'll be taking care of seeing what type of diabetic you are. We'll be right back tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.